Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to part 3 to my DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, Halloween, spooky, creepy, update, spectacular, whatever you want to call it. And if you watched part 2, then you know I showed off what I got on DVD and Blu-ray as far as horror and everything else. I wanted to finish showing you what I picked up. The last thing I'm going to show you is my cartoons. I did pick up a lot of cartoons this time. Of course, I'm a cartoon buff. I always have been. I grew up loving cartoons on Saturday mornings. So, if you watch my last video update, then I told you I was getting into collecting wrestling DVDs, and I did pick up a few wrestling DVDs. Picked up the greatest wrestling stars of the 80s. These are the wrestlers I grew up with. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Big John Studd, you know, Sergeant Slaughter, Junkyard Dog, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, the Iron Sheik, all those guys, you know. So this is kind of like a trip down memory lane for me, because I loved wrestling as a kid, and this has all the wrestling stars from the 80s. Picked up the history of the WWF Championship. This goes all the way back to the late 60s, all the way up to 2000s, and tells you the complete history of, shows you all the championship title bouts. All through the 70s, 80s, 90s, and up to the, I think, the mid-2000s. So this was pretty cool. I think it's 3 DVD set. Yeah. It's got a lot of matches on here. So this is pretty cool to have. Picked up Jake the Snake Roberts' Pick Your Poison documentary. He tells his life story, how he got into wrestling, and it shows it's got 4 hours of footage, including 10 of his most, probably I guess 10 of his best matches. I like Jake the Snake a lot growing up watching wrestling. And I also picked up the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the life story of the Dragon documentary. This is also, this is a 3-disc set. It has a dozen of his biggest and best matches, including Ric Flair, Jake the Snake Roberts, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rick Rude, and lots more. So these are pretty cool. And I'd like to show you finally what I picked up on DVD as far as cartoons. Actually, a few of these are Blu-ray also. So I'll go ahead and show you what I picked up on Blu-ray first. Picked up Batman Under the Red Hood on Blu-ray, which is probably my favorite out of the animated movies that DC has done so far. If you're a Batman fan and if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend picking this up. It's excellent. And the sequel to that, Superman Batman Apocalypse, where Superman has to, I'm sorry, this is not the sequel to that. This is the sequel to the Public Enemies episode where he has to team up with Batman and Superman. And this is the sequel where they have to travel to Apocalypse to fight Darkseid to save Supergirl. This is also really good. Speaking of Batman, picked up Batman Beyond, the first season on DVD. Found this at the flea market. Got it for $2. So I thought this series was pretty good. It tells the story of in the future after Bruce Wayne retires as Batman and the guy that picks up the mantle after he retires. Also picked up Batman Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, which is really good. And you can't have Batman without a little bit of Superman. Picked up Superman Doomsday. It's a cool slipcase. A nice cool cover. This is the death of Superman and how he comes back after he's killed by the monster called Doomsday. Picked up The New Adventures of Superman. This is the cartoon series that came out back in the late 60s, maybe early 70s. This is the complete series of The New Adventures of Superman. It's all 36 episodes on 2 discs. And this is the Ruby Spears Superman. This series came out in 1988 and kind of picks up where the movies left off. It's kind of based on the movies, and this is the complete series. I think it also has I think there's 13 episodes. It only lasted for 1 season, but it's really good though. Love the animation in it. Alright, speaking of superheroes, picked up the complete animated series of Iron Man, the 1994 animated television series. I think this has, it's a 3-disc set. I'm not sure how many, I think there were 30-some episodes. This is really good. And picked up the complete series of Wolverine and the X-Men. This is also a 3-disc set. It has 26 episodes on it, the complete series, which I thought was great. It kind of picks up where the 1994 series of X-Men left off. Wolverine has to step up and lead the team to try and find Professor Xavier because he's gone missing. Picked up season 2, or rather volume 2 of The Real Ghostbusters. This is one of my favorite cartoons growing up back in the 80s. This came on around 86, I believe, 86, 87. I used to watch this every Saturday morning. Picked up, this isn't particularly a cartoon, this is more like a CGI animated movie. It's a Resident Evil Degeneration. It's based on the Resident Evil, the video game series, not the Mila Jovovich movies, but rather the video game series. And it kind of picks up where I think Resident Evil Code Veronica, I think, leaves off. But this is a nice little animated horror flick if you like zombies. And last but not least, I picked up Family Guy 2-pack, Blue Harvest, and the Something 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 Dark Side. Walmart, I think Walmart still wants like 30 or 35 bucks for this. I found mine at a pawn shop for $4. And if you've not seen these, if you're a Star Wars fan, and these are hilarious. I can't wait for the 3rd one, which should be out next year, I think. And there you have it. That concludes my Blu-ray, VHS, DVD update. Like I said, I had to go through them kind of quick, but I had a lot to go through. It's been a while since I've did my last update, so I had quite a bit piling up on me that I needed to go through. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. I appreciate you tuning in my channel. Like I say, tune in to Mo Vernoscopy. He'll be doing an update here soon where he'll do a shout out for me, and he'll show off some of the stuff that I sent off to him in the mail. Sent him some VHS. So I think you guys will like that, and we'll see you guys next time, and peace out.